I don't know how you feel about this, but I really hate this look for Eric Draven, the main character of The Crow. A little bit of tattoos here and there is fine, but like, why? The main thing that really gets me is I kind of like the aesthetic, like the costume, but it's everything that goes on with his face and his hair that really, it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, of all the changes that you can make, why change the white makeup and the long hair? Maybe that's a bit nitpicky, but it's just, to me, it's like some things you don't need to change. You can update it and tweak it, absolutely, but like when you look at all the Batman movies or all the Spider-Man movies, like the initial design are relatively similar. No matter what kind of changes that they make to the initial costume, it's not super distracted to the point where it takes me out of the movie. I do appreciate that the Crow remake is doing something new. I really appreciate that this isn't a beat for beat copy of the original. I do really like the action. I like how bloody it is. I like how Eric is using his abilities to take down enemies, or rather exploiting the fact that he can't die and using that to his advantage. But there's one thing that really distracts me from everything else, and that's the look of Eric. I think Bill Skarsgård is a fantastic choice, but there's something about this look that just doesn't sit right with me. And this isn't me trying to complain, but this is me really analyzing this question of first impression, judging a book by its cover, that kind of ballpark. Because this reminds me of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Can you imagine if they kept this design? They never bothered to change it? Because again, it would have been the exact same movie that we got, same scenes, same performances, same dialogue, with only one major difference, and that's how Sonic looks. I don't know what I would have felt about this movie had they kept that design. It's just really hard to focus on the story and the characters because you're so distracted with this monstrosity that you can't focus on anything else. Except maybe Jim Carrey's performance, but look at this thing. Honestly, some angles it's okay, but other angles just gives me this weird, uneasy feeling. It just doesn't look right. But that's if I went to go see this movie with this version of Sonic. It was more likely that I would have skipped this movie. First impressions really do matter. It's sort of like when you see like food and you're like, ooh, that looks good. I want that. And if it looks good, more than likely it's gonna taste good. So you kind of associate with that. But the fact that they changed it to a more appeasing look, something that was reminiscent to the original, something that's very easy on the eyes, made the movie more enticing and more willing to see this in theaters, which I did. And I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed the movie and its sequel. I don't know, it's just an interesting question. It's an interesting thought. This might be as forgettable as the RoboCop remake.